Welcome to the start of the 2016 GP2 season. ART will look to defend the Constructors' title as the 2015 GP2 champion Stoffel van Dorn departed for the Super Formula. Arthur Pick takes the first pole and off of the season. Nato and the racing engineering car lines up beside him. Both ART cars take up row 2, with Sorokin coming out on top. Red Bull Jr. Pierre Gasly heads John King and Lucas Giotto. Alex Lynn is the first of the two Dams cars, leaving Laffiti behind Giovinazzi to split the pair. Mitch Evans lines up beside Danny de Jong, while both Russian Time and Ardennes cars struggled in qualifying, leaving them towards the back of the grid, already for the GP2 Spanish feature race.
What is up, guys, and welcome to the start of the GP2 career mode. It's been such a long time since I've uploaded, trying to get all these components with GP2 and GP3, trying to get them to work with the whole reverse grid and stuff like that. So I finally got it all working. Everything started to, kind of get together, and everything's starting to work a little bit easier. So hopefully we can get back into the full swing of things of uploading all three of the career mode. So obviously this is GP2. In this video, obviously we'll have the reverse grid race, which is the sprint race. So first off, obviously we have the feature race. We are driving as Pierre Gasly, and we're going to get on to the grid very shortly, and we're going to see what we can do from this lonely position. With any luck, we can get off to a good start and hopefully make a big impact on the race. Here we are waiting for the lights to go out. We're on P5. There's 9 laps in this race, so hopefully we can get off to a good start. We're in the middle of the field, but we're going to do what we can. We get off to an alright start. We've got Matthew Schitter getting a little bit squirmy, getting past Sirotkin on the start. Looks like Nato is going to also come down to be overtaken by Matthew Schitter. Pick get off to a good start, but Lucas Giotto is coming on our inside. We have to brake a little bit early. We don't want to lose any damage, as this also does have the realistic damage on. So we're going to go side by side with Nato. He's actually going to hold the position, I believe. Yes, he does, but we do get past him. So we're up into P4. So we haven't gained any positions, we haven't really lost. We've lost a bit of ground to the leaders, but Sirotkin goes very slow. So we're going to try and maximise what we can on that. That was a very slow turn by the team, but Matthew Schitter has actually got past Arthur Pick. And we're actually going to go into the back of Sirotkin, so we're going to lose our front wing, and we have a front left puncher. Oh, that is just good start, and then that just happens. That is just so poor. That's the last thing we needed. So coming on to the end of lap 1, we're going to come into the pits. You can see we've only got 21 runners, and the reason for that is Sirotkin actually has to retire the car because obviously he has damage, which is just dreadful. But not a good start at all to the GP2 season for ourselves. So Pierre Gasly is obviously going to be absolutely fuming. He couldn't do much about it, to be honest with you. I mean, Sirotkin did brake fairly early, but I think so did all the other drivers. So got caught out on the braking, unfortunately, but we're not the only car who has come into the pits. So it's always a one stop. We're going to have to push these prime tyres a little bit further than we would have liked to. We're going to have to push them 2 laps later than we probably would have wanted to push them. But I guess we don't really have much of a choice. We can only do what we want, but we're going to have a look at the replay of what happened. As you can see, he just has to brake early because Pick is compromised by Matthew Schitter, and obviously we don't see that, so we don't react quick enough, and we do lose our front wing. We're going to have a look what's going on ahead of us. Before we came into the pits, you can see we're just struggling with no front wing. Cars are passing off left, right, and so we didn't lose too many positions. I think we was in P9, but we actually cut across one of the Campos cars because we had to get into the pit, so that kind of sucked. But anyway, we are now on lap 4. And you can see the two Dams cars are getting very close, and they're actually going to touch. They push each other off of the track. Oh, that's the one thing you don't want if you're a team boss. You don't want to take out your teammate if you're a driver, and seeing both cars in the same team get taken off, that's really bad. Lynn looks to be the one that got away unscathed, as Latifi looks to have another go, but they're going to come close and they make contact again. These the damn boys are just, their heads aren't in the game today. They're just all over the shop. But we're going to go on to lap 5 now of the Grand Prix. You can see we've got Jordan King squabbling up ahead of us with Lynn, obviously, who had that incident with his teammate. We're going to get past him, no problem. I've actually got Latifi, who has actually got past him at some point, but the camera jumps, we get past him, we have to cut the chicane because I think he got damage after that incident. But nonetheless, we're now going to move on to lap 6, I believe, and you can see that after Pick has actually jumped Matthew Shitter in the pit lane, so with any luck Matthew Shitter's going to be able to overtake him, and he does, because he goes slowly because of the Dams car. I think that's Lynn just after he has pitted, so that is absolutely dreadful for Pick. It was having a good race, but lap 7 we're chasing down Daniel De Jong, and hopefully we can get into P7, because right now we'd be starting on pole which is obviously good, but we want as many points as we can in this race, because the points in this race is a lot more important than in the sprint race. But we're closing up very nicely to Daniel De Jong, so with any luck we're going to have a look on his inside into this corner. We're going to have a look, we can't quite get there, we touch him a little bit I think, but we actually hold it round the outside. He squeezes us so good, he was still squeezing us coming into the last corner, but we just about get the job done. So we get that done. That was absolutely fantastic. We're on lap 8 now, and you can see Giovaziani actually going past Norman Nato, so he's doing a fantastic job. Our teammate doing a lot better than us. We're going to skip to the final lap now, and you can see Luca Giotto is actually going to overtake the car we just watched overtake Nasso, so it's all going off on the last lap pretty much. Like you can see, he's going to have a look down the inside, he's going to make the move stick on the last lap, so fantastic job by Giotto. He's going to absolutely love that. He's going to come through, and we're going to come through in P7, but the best thing about that is we actually have a P6.
ART take the first win of the season, but the number 2 driver, Sergei Sorokin, failed to finish the race, meaning he will start at the back of the grid alongside Alpha Pick, who changed a few too many components on his car between races. Mitch Evans, another driver who lost out, having received a time penalty. He lost P6 to Pierre Gasly, so he starts P2. Both Dams drivers drove a poor race, so they also start towards the back, ready for the sprint race here in Spain.
As I said, we have P6 in our race because Mitch Evans had a time penalty, but as you can see we have now changed the drivers. We are now driving as Sergei Sorokin for the sprint race, so hopefully with Sergei Sorokin starting at the back of the grid, hopefully he can get off to a good start and, you know, make up some places and hopefully get in the points. The top 8 only have points, so this will be an interesting race. Our teammate starting in 8th place as he won the first race, so good job to Matthew Shitter. Pick is up the back because he changed too many things on his car, but Alex Lynn obviously at the back having a poor race. Hopefully going to get off to a decent start. We're all pretty much on the same tyre at this point, as we do not need to make any pit stops this race. Pick is still there, but we're going to have to switch on board to, I believe this is Mitch Evans, because it's all going off at the start. You can see Pierre Gasly has had a great start from P3. So he's going to go out the inside and he's going to watch Mitch Evans battle with Giovaziani. He's going to push him out wide and hopefully he's going to leave him just enough room. He's actually going to go round the outside, but I've got a feeling he's going to come back. Yes, he does. So he also has position. We're going to jump back to Sorokin, who's made up one place on peak at the start. Made up another position now. Looks like he's into P19 and P18 even. So he's off to a great start. He's going to look down the inside. He's going to gain a few positions, and there's some debris on that corner. Go a bit off the track to avoid some carnage. But P13 by about 3 corners as King actually comes back at us. We're going to take that position back and a few others for good measure. So Sorokin is going off at the moment. He's trying to gain as many positions as he can to try and get himself up into the points. He's side by side with Giovaziani, who's absolutely had a terrible start. He must have got really bogged down. He was in the top 4 at the start, but it's just not gone on for him. So we've got Galao at the front just ahead of us, so hopefully he's in P10. If we can get into the points, and that'll be a very solid points haul for us, considering we started at the back. But he's going to go slow because Gioviziani is also going slow because of the, I think it's I want to say it's ART car, but he's going to lose position, and we're going to hold it round the outside of Gioviziani. So that's a fantastic move, and he's actually going to squeeze us a little bit, but we have the better traction out of that corner. That's going to put us up into P9. That was a crazy first lap, not just for ourselves, but for everyone on the track. So we're going to have to look and see what else happened on that first lap, because we didn't get to see all of it. So here's a replay of the start that we had to cut away from. So we have Mitch Evans getting an alright start, yes, goes straight abreast into the first corner. So you can see here, Gioviziani is in a net third place. So I'm not sure what happened to him, so he must have bogged down quite a lot coming into the corner and what happened there. But I don't know what happened, we'll have to see. But it was a fantastic start by Mitch Evans. So you can see he loses position there, and then I've got a feeling he just loses so many positions into the following corner because he drops back quite a lot in the mirrors. So we're going to go up the side of Pierre Gasly here, and this hold station behind Daniel De Jong. So there wasn't the only thing that happened on lap 1. We had a lot of stuff happening, I mean a lot of chaos and stuff like that. So let's get into the first bit of stuff that happened. We're on board with Arthur Pick. We're not even on board, are we? What are we doing? We're looking from the third perspective, from the helicopter, at what actually happened with Arthur Pick. You can see he's actually coming in. I believe that's Jordan King, who had a really poor start as well. Something went wrong with Jordan King, so I'm sure we'll find out what happened with him. He's looking to overtake the racing engineering car fairly quickly. You want to get through that. He's actually going to look on his inside, but he's going to defend. So that means Pick only has the outside to go around, and he makes a fantastic overtake round the outside. I haven't seen anyone do that this weekend, and that's got to be probably my favourite overtake of the weekend. He looks to go around the inside, but King defends, so Arthur Pick's just going to have to go around the outside. Job done. That was probably the best overtake of the weekend. I don't think GP3 can top that, but if they can, then by all means I'll hold accountable. Also on lap 1, Pierre Gasly, who's gone from first place all the way down to, I believe that's 6th, I want to say. So yeah, Matthew Schitter's in 5th, Pierre Gasly in 6th. So Matthew Schitter's done a good job getting from 8th place all the way up to 5th in one lap. So fantastic job from him. Not too bad at all. We're going to see what's happened with Jordan King. You can see he's on the outside where everyone else is having an absolute cluster, and he just goes off, like he just loses. I don't know if he just brakes too late or he just lost something underneath him. So he goes a bit excuse me. He goes a bit wide at the first corner. We're going to skip to lap 2, and you can actually see there's been contact between Roland and Marcelo. So Roland going to be the casualty here, where he has no front wing, and Marcelo hopefully doesn't have a puncture, because that will completely ruin his race. I don't exactly know what happened there. For sure, we're going to have a check, see what actually happened, because that was... It seemed like Marcelo didn't give him any room, and Roland had no choice. I think Marcelo was squeezing him on the outside. So we're going to have a look at full speed and see what happened. He was well off the track, so I think Marcelo is for sure at fault there. He did not give him any room whatsoever. Roland has no choice. He's already on the outside. He has nowhere to go, and it's not even as if he was turning in on Marcelo. Roland just has nowhere to go, so that's going to really hinder his race as far as that goes. But we're going to skip to the end of lap 2 after the middle sector, watching them replays, and you can see Marcelo's going super slow. This sector seems to be very good for the drivers, especially for the overtaking. He's going to look to do what he did at the beginning of lap 1. He's actually going to make a similar move to Marcello as he did to everyone else. He goes a bit wide, but what can you do? So Pierre Gasly is the car next. So with any luck, Pierre Gasly will be able to hold off Sergio Sirotkin after having a very good start, but he just can't seem to bring it home. So he's struggling with that much at least. But with any luck, if he can hold on, I'll be impressed. If he can't, what can you do? He had a poor season last season. He was tipped to win, but hopefully this season will be better. But he's not gone off to a good start, and not off to a good start as well by the looks of it is Alex Lynn, who's just planted that Dams car straight into the gravel. The Dams team just having such a poor GP2 weekend. With any luck, they can do better with the first outing in GP3, but at this rate, it's not looking too promising. Speaking of promising, Pierre Gasly is now, I reckon he's going to be under attack in this sector by Sergei Sirotkin. You can actually see Matthew Shit has actually been held up. I think that's Giotto, I'm not 100% sure. But he's going to have a look down the inside, he's going to chuck it. Yes, he does. That is Luca Giotto. So, sad for Pierre Gasly. It just goes from bad to worse. So, that is pretty much, I think, that's going to be it for Sergei Sorokin. That's going to be the end of the race after this replay. He's got one more lap, and I don't think there's any chance of him getting past his teammate. His teammate's done a stellar job getting first place and now 5th place. So that's a fantastic job from him. So ART 5th and 6th in the second race after first and last, so that's not too bad. We're going to now skip to the tables and see where everyone else lines up after these 2 races. So here are the tables. Start off with the drivers. You can see that Matthew Chazer's got a decent lead already in the drivers. He's got Norman Nato for the race engineering car in 2nd place on 24 points. Luca Giotto doing very well in both races actually for Trident, so he gets a beautiful 23 points. Arthur Pick having one good race out of the 2. Obviously he didn't, perform very well in the last one, although he did get quite busy. Daniel De Jong winning the 2nd race for MP Motorsport, racks up 19 points. Mitch Evans followed behind him. The 2 Puma Racing boys, Linus Stern in 7th and 8th, that's not too bad from them. Marcello in 9th with 4 points, same with Sergei Sorokin, who kind of had the contrast to Arthur Pick, only had one good race, and even that wasn't exactly anything to boast about. The Constructors table, on the other hand, ART are doing a fantastic job with, I believe it's a 9-point gap, if my maths are correct. Racing Engineering firmly in pursuit, along with the rest of the team. That's actually quite great. From 2nd all the way to 7th, they're split up by, I think that's 6 points. So that's very good. Obviously got Russian time, that's way down. Dams as well with Status and Arden, so that's not very good for them. But yeah, so 2 to 7th, which is 5 cars separated by 6 points, which is absolutely phenomenal. That's been it for today, guys. The GP3 races will be out very shortly, so make sure to check them out to stay in touch with what's going on throughout the entire season. As now it's not just F1 2016 career mode. All of these, they're all connected. Like they all mean something. They all mean a great deal. So when that comes out, I'll see you in that video, guys. Until then, take care. Bye bye.